What is not a religion, but people treat it with the same attention? Certain sports. Obsession with a famous person's. Edit, for the people who are saying that it may have been the fake pic that someone else did, I did a little digging and found the picture she showed me again. It's the one on this article. I have a coworker who is obsessed with Harry Styles. She thought I was crazy for not knowing what tattoos he is because I'm a tattoo person, and she once was telling me about how hot he looks in the most recent picture of him released. She proceeded to show me the picture, and he was wearing a mask and sunglasses in it, so you couldn't even really see his face. And she was drooling over it. Mind you, this isn't some teenager I work with. She's 31. I can't stand people whose mind only goes one direction. You just put years of frustration into words which I couldn't think of, and it's a ducking joke. I love you. Politics. Candidate worshipping is the worst. They almost always make it look like that person is some omniscient being that got shit together always and knows exactly what to do for the country in silence. Some MLM schemes. When I was a cable installer, MLM people were my worst fear, way more than religious people. One lady spent the entire 4 hours at her house trying to convince me. After 4 hours I still was not entirely convinced I understood what they sold. I am pretty sure they sold self-help books. But the self-help books were made solely to help you sell more of the self-help books to sell more self-help books. A scam, within a scam. Within a scam. Scamception. College football. Disney. Especially when you go down to Florida. Workaholism, hustle culture. As a reformed workaholic hustler, I can 100% attest to this. 70 hours a week isn't hard, it's unhealthy. Shit, I'm about to start working like this. Just tired of being broke and finally got a position at a job I have the option of working that many hours at. Would you say it's even possible to balance work and life at that amount of hours? Long term, no. In the meanwhile, make a plan so you're not working like this forever. Budget savings, meal prep, chores, even schedule downtime for yourself that you do not compromise on. The last one may seem silly, but it's important. Get outside sometimes, see the sun. Don't vanish from friends and/or family. Use your vacation time. Use your sick time, and remember that sick leave also includes mental health, not just fevers. Agreed. I known so many workaholics who work so much their spouse and kids no longer remember who are they due to how many hours they spend in the office and not willing to go home. Before meeting these people, I always thought that people joke about these things as a way of telling others to not work so much and to have some resemblance of a work-life balance, but I guess these people exist. Every boss I ever had in the military basically neglected their spouses and family, myself included, not by choice, in this way leading to extremely high rates of divorce, other stressors aside. In India, cricket. God. The Indian team decide what, next day everybody in my class, including the ducking teacher, is trashing the team they once cherished. Did you see that ludicrous display last night? Homeopathy. Essential oils to the Young Living fans versus the doTERRA fans is crazy. Aren't those both MLMs as well? 420 culture. I say this as someone who smokes weed. I see so many jokes about the time 420, but nobody ever says anything about high noon. Holy shit, that's genius. I always liked 840 twice as high. I can't act like I invented that. I saw it in High Times magazine. Fish. Thank you for recognizing this. I tell this to my friend all the time and she laughs, yet she'll sleep in a ditch if she could get to the venue earlier and get to meet the band. Fish fans are absolutely nuts. Crypto. How do you know if a guy at a party had Bitcoin? Don't worry, he'll tell you. Not anymore. Astrology, zodiac signs. Such a Pisces thing to say. 12 signs of the zodiac. 12 character classes in D&D. That's such a paladin thing to say. Just sayin'. Bro, Mercury is in retrograde and I feel offended. Mommy groups. Started getting completely out of hand when my kids were teenagers. I'm a crunchy mom, I'm this kind of mom, or that kind of mom. Those people get rabid. How dare you listen to advice given to you from a doctor about your individual child? My group thinks this. Heresy. Blasphemy. We will crucify you. They used to helpful, now they are ducking cults. Influencers. When Charlie D'Amelio got famous, did my little sister worship the ground she walked on. Charlie was all she ever talked about. Did you see the new video Charlie posted? Sis. Charlie liked my comment. Etc. She finally grew out of it, but it drove me insane. Same thing with my brother. Completely awestruck with anyone who is famous, hopefully he grows out of it soon. For many people, coffee. Don't deny it. K-pop. Yeah, it honestly rivals even more than just other music-based fandoms too, emo. I can understand being obsessed with your favorite group or band or whatever, but this takes it to an entirely new level. I had an acquaintance who was hyped for a K-pop concert, totally normal, right? But no, she was going off about how this is the perfect outfit to get this guy to fall for her and they'll have a spring wedding unless he prefers autumn, in which case she would totally compromise. What? She was 19, doesn't speak any Korean, and doesn't want to live in Korea. She's still young enough for people to find it silly and endearing, somehow. When I was in school, if someone was still going nuts for Bieber or whatever past 16, they def got bullied. Yup, had a kid like that in one of my high schools, literally would follow a band around the country thinking they'd notice her and they'd live happily ever after despite having attended like 100 shows and the dude never even looked in her direction. Delusions of grandeur, I guess. It's honestly emo sad. Celebrity worship. Making the same few AskReddit threads every other day. Politics. You should vote for policies, not who has them. To head off all the people saying, well, actually, if the politician is a CNT they will lie to get elected, etc. Clearly some kind of reform is necessary so that manifestos become legally binding. There is a distinct lack of consequences in politics, and that needs to be changed. Cheers for the awards, kind strangers. CrossFit. 6 years ago, it was at an all-time high. It would have been the #1 answer on this thread. Brands in general. People praising Adidas, Apple, Hugo Boss, etc. iPhones, Tesla, Marvel. Their political ideology. The console wars. This and the Apple versus Android thing. Fraternities and sororities. Down to the recruitment shunning culture. Owning a Jeep Wrangler. Edit to add, I own a Jeep Wrangler and do 4x4 SAR for my state. K-pop. Some even have shrines of their idols. TBF, this is nothing new. Teen idols and boy bands go all the way back to the 50s. Social media. Star Wars. Recording literally every day of your life to post it to your story. Nobody gives a shit, bruh. Wokeness. Identity politics. Capitalism. COVID. MAGA. American patriotism. Football, soccer. Wokeism. Political party affiliation. Trump supporters. Social justice. TikTok. QAnon and MAGA. Anthropogenic climate change. Apple. Capitalism and neoliberalism. Going to the gym, please be civilized. Money. Liberalism. Science. Politics. It's probably been said a few times, but I'm not reading all 1,600 comments first. CrossFit. NFL Sunday. NFL. Politics. Those bastards take it so seriously if you don't have the same views as them. Crypto.